Hi, I'm Leonard Nielsen. I play Polonius.
I'm Jasper Wolf. I play Hamlet.
And I'm Miriam Cupstead, and I play Ophelia.
And we are in the Belmont Performing Arts Company production of Hamlet.
Speaking a little bit about Hamlet, it's a very one of the quintessential acting roles. What was it like to just learn the lines, but also your own interpretation of Hamlet?
Well, the thing about how Shakespeare writes is, it's from a long time ago, so the way that they speak is a lot different from how we speak now, and there's a lot of words that are a lot different. And so a lot of it is just really learning how people back then talked. And once you really can kind of talk like them, you have a much easier time learning the lines. And you have to sit down and really spend a lot of time with the lines, really going through them slowly and figuring out what they mean, because the meaning is sometimes hard to find.
He's a very tragic character. So how do you play him?
He's a guy who goes through a lot of doubt, and he asks himself a lot of questions and answers those questions. And so you kind of have to be able to act those rises and falls of the should I do this, should I do that, and it's a very speculative type of thing that you've got to go through in your head.
Now, Ophelia is another role that a lot of actresses are challenged by. So tell me, how did you take on the role of this tragic figure who goes from a love interest to basically a body at the end of the fifth act?
Well, I am a young person, but I still have experienced sadness and happiness many times throughout my life, and I have cried many times. So what it was for me is really connecting to that emotion and really going through what do I feel when I, for example, cry. Like the feelings in your throat and the feelings in your eyes and in the back of your head and every single thing that you feel at that time, and you have to channel all of that into the moment and into the character. And I can imagine that, what would it be like if my father died, my own father, or if a friend died, and really try and feel that and connect that to how Ophelia is feeling.
And of course, what we don't think about in Hamlet is comedy. So tell me a little bit about how you brought a comic feel to this tragic play.
Yeah, Hamlet is, to many, the quintessential tragedy. So most don't think about comedy at all when they think about it. So, but the beauty of Shakespeare is that he has this rich, vivid language, not only when he writes tragic plays, but when he writes puns into his language, when he explores how characters, even in tragic situations, can tap into their comedic side. So you have to be careful, of course, playing a funnier character in a tragedy, because you don't want to completely throw off balance the entire feel of the show. But at the same time, the comedic elements that Polonius and other characters, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, bring to the show help to highlight the more tragic notes as well. And what's also important to note is that Polonius isn't, a purely comical character. There isn't any clown character to that extent. All the characters go through some sort of tragic transformation, and they show that differently. So Polonius is a more lighter, goofier kind of person.